Hello, YouTube. What's going on? It's been like 5 to 6 months since my last post. Um, I think this is gonna be like an update video to show how Americorps and Triple C has been for me personally since I joined the program, and speaking on to someone who had no experience in it before, and then just kind of jumping in and going through this much. The first thing I want to say is that I'm with a really nice team. We don't get along all the time, but it's like I really enjoy spending time with them. I enjoy the atmosphere, the camaraderie. Like, it's kind of like a family, you know? Like, eating dinners together is nice, making jokes, having inside jokes. And there came to a point when I was with my team where it's like you get so used to them being around that it's weird when you're not when they're not there. Like, I took a personal day today, and I took one before, but my teammate was here for that one, which kind of sucked. But it's whatever. And it's weird because you forget your life before Americorps. That's like the most honest way I can describe it. It's like one day in Americorps is like one day in the real world is like, I don't know, 2 months in Americorps time. So everything goes by extremely slow here, but on the outside world it's like a month, which is crazy. um, we've been working a lot with environmental work this round. Last round we worked more with social work and urban development, so like it's two completely different kinds of things, but at the same time we're still giving back to the community. It's been a good experience though, roughing it out, kind of getting a budget, managing it, and having to like look over little things. You're in AmeriCorps, you're not going to get like a 5-star meal every time, and even if you budget it out so that you can go out as a team, you're probably still not going to get the best. But it's you learn to appreciate the small things so much more in AmeriCorps than you would have had you never done it. Um, so far there have been a lot of people that I knew have dropped the program, which is kind of sad, but it happens. It's expected that not everyone's going to go through, but um, I can understand why. There are a lot of little things that they don't talk about as much, and that kind of shifts more into like what I was speaking about in the beginning, about team dynamics and getting along with your team and handling conflict and talking about your feelings and dealing with that, face to face interaction on a regular basis. There are going to be times when you're incredibly frustrated, but everyone has their tipping points. Some people couldn't get along, and their tipping points were already reached from the start. So, going into like round two, let alone round three, it wasn't going to happen. And because of that, a lot of people dropped or were kind of kicked out of the program. It's hard work and it's continuous work. So, your weekends are pretty awesome, especially mine because we get 3 days off and we work for 10 hours for 4 days. So our weekends are amazing, but those 4 days are incredibly intense. And there are going to be times when you just don't have time to yourself and you're just constantly working. That's a huge one, and that's why it's so important, to take that day off or take that personal day to give yourself time to de-stress and kind of think. um, I would Other recommendations I would give is keep in touch with people who are back home, or if you have someone outside of the bubble, because we call it the Ameri bubble. The like the Americorps and Triple C life. It's like when you're in there, and it's like all you think about. And not everyone is like that, but for the most part, it's good to stay grounded in your work, yeah, because it's your lifestyle for the next 10 months. But at the same time, it is immensely relieving to have that connection to the outside and be like, oh yeah, that's right. This isn't all I have. I have others, and I know not everyone has that luxury. But even if it's like your mom or a friend, girl, anything, it's good to have that connection to the outside world, and to like remind yourself, that it's not all you have. If you are lucky enough to have that connection, this is temporary, but when you're in it, it feels like a long time. There are many different routes in AmeriCorps. I'm not an expert on everything, but I am trying to educate myself more in my program and just trying to get the most out of it while I'm here. I've seen this whole thing as an incredibly great opportunity for growth, um, for enhancing my abilities, like my personal issues or public speaking and social anxiety to the core. So I've been working extra hard to like manage those two things. Those are the things that I came into this program trying to get better at. And now that I'm in here, I've been given several opportunities from like presenting the NCCC like elevator speech to random people that ask, or giving out like we had to do workshops back in round 1, and I had to teach people. I didn't have a lot of people in my class, but like I did the best I could, and it gave me a chance to like actually practice getting better at talking. And there are other opportunities like when we're giving our speech to like crowds at volunteer events for our sponsors, or when we're just working in general and we all switch, take a turn in the week being the POC, which is the person of contact. We kind of work with our team leader to like um kind of, what's the word, send information. We're like, it's like the link of information between the sponsor and the rest of the team. The POC and the team leader kind of are those buffers between, um and it gives you a chance to like kind of take leadership in that regard. And I don't really like doing that. I prefer to just give me orders, I'll follow it. But it's nice to kind of push out of that boundary for once, and to, try to give instruction to people. Even if you're not the best, it teaches you how to handle that, and like how to think on your feet, and how to phrase things, and how to word things properly, and just communicate in general. Those are the skills that I'm building up on. And I'm sorry if this came off like more of like a personal event video, but it's more so just like an NCCC update for the most part. Um, wow. I was looking at my first video and I'm just like, holy crap, that was so long ago. I can't believe that all this happened. And now looking back at how I felt in the plane, I don't regret it. And even though my service isn't done yet, and I know I get into a lot of conflicts with my teams here and there, um, I wouldn't say that I'm unhappy, but I wouldn't say that I'm happy either. I think it's like I'm just in the core, and I'm just in Americorps right now, and like I'm focused. I think that's the best way to put it. Um, things are good, and I'm gonna be sad really when we graduate and my team's gone. I was looking more into joining FEMA Corps in the next year because I'm 23 right now, so I only have one more year that I'm able to really commit to AmeriCorps. But I probably should start looking for a real work anyway. Not that AmeriCorps is not a good opportunity for service, but it's like I was in NCCC now. I'm gonna apply for FEMA Corps potentially for next round. So after like 4 days, when I'm done with NCCC, I'll just jump straight into a new program, which is gonna be crazy. But I'm glad I took this opportunity to do AmeriCorps. It's a wonderful experience, and I know not everyone has the same experience, but at least for me personally, I'm grateful that I'm here. I'm grateful that I found out about this program, and it was by complete chance. I think I went over that in my last video, which was a while back in October. I didn't know it existed until I just randomly found it, and I'm lucky to have this opportunity. A lot of people apply and don't get selected. Um, for anyone looking to do AmeriCorps, there are a few things you have to remember. Like, it's not a job, so you can't go into it with the mindset of wanting money. Also, here's a, what we call them, a thorn in the flower. That was the thorn. Because I've been looking up online, and a lot of people kind of think it's like work, but no, it's service, yes, but in the sense of like it prepares you for work in the future. And at the very least, it buffs up your resume and gives you hands-on experience working with the community and learning skills you probably wouldn't have had before AmeriCorps. And that was the thorn. I'm gonna go into the flower. That's what we call like the good and the bad of an experience, like a debrief. Um, the flower, I'd have to say, aside from like the stipend and all the basic stuff, is that it really gives you the chance to be diverse with who you meet. Like, the world is such a huge place, and a lot of people don't get the chance to travel and to see a lot of things. AmeriCorps gave me the chance to see people that I never would have met in normal everyday life, and it really opens up your perspectives to the world around you. And that is, I think, the strongest factor for me, that I'm in Washington right now. Although Corona is raging, and hopefully it doesn't take me out, because I kind of got asthma. Pneumonia is not going to be a good combo for that. But like, I'm grateful that I'm here to begin with. Like, the opportunity that Americorps has given me to travel and just to see the world and to meet new people is incomparable to anything else that I can travel to or think about. I can't even like the military. You travel, but it's the military, so it's like a whole commitment. Not that Americorps isn't, but it's not 4 years. And even the Peace Corps, yeah, you're traveling, but you're staying in the same place for 2 years. Americorps is so interesting because it's like you can go to multiple places within 10 months. You know, and that is such a great experience, and I wish I could be more of an advocate for it. And I'm not going to say, oh, AmeriCorps is like the best ever, but it is a really good opportunity for that. So if I'd recommend, and I wish I knew about it when I was younger, so I kind of got lucky in finding it out this late into the game before I was too old. But like, I really recommend it for 18, 19, 20 year olds, even 21 year olds really, who are trying to, before you start college, it's like a really good thing to do to go into college with. And I think it does the best usage to that age group, but it also does a really good usage to the end years too, like 24, 23. I know I'm leaving out like 22, 21, but I'm just saying that it's best for if you haven't started college yet and you need to want to experience and see the world a little bit, or at least the US obviously, or if you're older, you're done with college and you want that break before you enter the adult labor force, because it's like that's what I'm doing, and there's another person on my team that's also doing the same thing, and it's such a great opportunity for that. Um, I'm doing okay. Americorps is good. Uh, no, I don't know if I really miss anything from back home. I kind of miss some things, family, I guess, some friends. Yeah, I guess I miss them, but it's like the world's so huge that I just want to meet more people. Um, I do miss the food, like having whatever I wanted whenever I want. I don't really have that luxury here, so it's like, oh, I can only eat whatever's cheap. Not really necessarily cheap, but able to. It has to be in balance with what the whole team wants. Like, there's vegetarians on my team, so I can't just say all burgers, for the whole week or steak. So that sucks, but you make do. Um, I I wow, I'm just trying to like look at myself now versus at the beginning to see the changes and the amount of experiences that I've been through that have pushed me, that have really pushed that limit to do things that I thought personally would have been impossible for me 6 months ago is great. And I'm grateful for this. And I keep repeating this. I keep saying grateful because it's just, I'm really happy. Um, I hope that, Corona doesn't take me out and I can make another update. Steven Universe videos, I promised I would give a review on the movie. I haven't done that yet. I will get to that when I have better signal, even though I'm like a few months late. Not a few, I'm like 6 months late now. That was when I was leaving, it just came out. But, yeah. Bye, everyone.